first map between these two teams. Thank you for the follows which are coming in during the stream. I'm not going to mention the follows. I'm going to try to concentrate as much as possible on the cast. And after that, I'm going to mention all the follows that came in, all the subs and everything. And then we also can chill a little bit between the matches. So definitely stay tuned and let's have a really good time. The first one coming in, Glass. Again, they're a little bit questionable, but it is Consulate. We've seen the Russia, we've seen so many things that you can do with Glass on this map, so I think a Glass ban coming in is not too surprising for this map. Definitely they could have banned a different one. And I do apologize for my voice maybe being a little bit more harsh right now. It's going to wake up a little bit during the stream as well, so just bear with me a little bit. Second and third ban also now ready in and steady. We have Ying, pretty standard ban, can't argue, run a lot. We've heard it from Doki, I can just Ying and run in as much as I want, nothing's really gonna happen. So banning her out, especially also when we look at this level, is a good start because this is gonna slow down a little bit. The gameplay is gonna sort a few things out for the team so they can focus a little bit more on the setup than actually just being full flash. We do know flashbangs are super strong, so we could see a lot of flashbangs being brought by Icefalls here, which they start on the attack, so Minigun starts on the defense. The two defenders we saw is Solis and Fenrir. Anything surprising? I don't think so. Solis, generally good ban, so is Fenrir. It's just gonna deny a lot of entry. We could potentially still see a lot of rushes coming through. Again, we have a lot of flashbangs available. We have a lot of smokes. We have still capital fireballs, which could deny a little bit of the entry. But a huge reason here why I think we're not gonna see a lot of rushes is, for the matter of fact, because Ying is banned and Glass is banned, so we're not, from the attack we're not able to see through the flashes, we're not able to see through the smokes. But from the defending side we have the Warden is still alive, so he could see through that and everything. So I think we're gonna see a little bit of a slower setup. I think we're gonna see a lot of rounds which are going to go into the last like 30-20 seconds meta. A lot of late executors coming from the side, maybe from Icefalls, not at the beginning. But they could always come up with something up their sleeve and change definitely here our opinion. I see a little bit of a cheeky Spompy coming in as well here, and I'm just... Jesus, my door keeps closing and opening. Very distracting. As we can see from the side of Iceforce, not too much going on, just establishing a little bit of control pain here. Just with the Blackbeard on the window, so he could get away with one shot in the head, but then he's gonna have to hit the shot. It's gonna be the first one, Scarex, to die. And then Killy finding the immediate trade onto it. A good start. We did only lose the Ayana, which had flashbangs. This is what I mean. We're gonna bring a lot of the flashbangs from the side of Iceforce. But one of the stacks are now gone as well to the side of Minigun. They're gonna have to retreat now a little bit back here, because they're gonna have to defend this long hallway, and we know what the drill is. We have the Warden already close to there. We're gonna play Soda a little bit, but we're also gonna play the long desk, and so is the door too directly to the side. Killy just trying to force out here a little bit JP on the Warden that he cannot physically play Soda as much, potentially going there for a kill from Pain. We see that he's trying to get this fight. He's trying to look for a little bit of a gunfight. He's gonna have to be careful, because we know, and everybody knows, the weapon from Blackbeard, it can be a heaven because you do have a little bit of shield in front of you, but it's this only bullet that is denied and not too much. You're gonna have to hit that head, and as we can see, both these two players are changing a little bit of damage, but not too much of a kill yet. Establishing now admin and now going to the breach to establish even more pressure onto side, to make sure that the enemies know we're all around the side. Not making this a linear side take is definitely what Icefalls should be doing and are doing here. We see Koji there on the other side opening up the main breach and just waiting to create a little bit more pressure, but also the other people from Icefalls just very around the map. Now establishing Soda from Pain, able not to walk also onto long desk. With Killy now, with the support on Spirals, gonna definitely push back Minigun even further into the map, and this could be potentially already going for a little bit of a plan. We can see we're holding the door, we're ready to just walk in here. Every single player from Minigun is very far back into the side. not able here to deny any plant coming through, but JP is gonna find another one onto Ice Force, leaving them in a 3v4. Now C4 coming through, plant is gonna be stopped. Crying can find another one, smokes as well. Pain can find the first one to trade out, but we have a 1v3 state with Icox being injured. Gonna have to leave then Hungry, finding the last kill in the round, and that is going to be a little bit of a tech pose, but that was... And this is what I mean, we don't have the Yings, we don't have the smokes, we have the Warden in the defense, so the rounds are gonna go very late into the round. Not killing the Warden, meaning we're gonna see a lot of the rounds going into those last 20 seconds. It is early in the morning. Okay. We're gonna argue a little bit around here, because I know a lot of people you're gonna say 13 CT is not early in the morning, but for me it is early in the morning, guys. Definitely, I believe Ice Force and Minigun, they probably have warmed up to play against each other here. So this first round, and I'll always like to say this first 2 rounds is kind of get to know your opponent, how they're playing, are they playing more passive, are they playing more aggressive. So you know, you can't really bring this to a tier 1 level, because in tier 1 they kind of, everyone is kind of screaming at each other, but they have like strats in the pocket which they can't really train as much. But especially in tier 4, if you haven't played against this team, because there's so many teams when it comes to EU side, you're gonna have to get your opponent, you're gonna get to know your opponent in the first 2 rounds. Are they more passive, are they more aggressive, how are they playing, is it more strategic, is it more of a TDM style? There's so much information you can get in the first 2 rounds, but also it goes for both sides. So as soon as one of these 2 sides finds the kryptonite of the other team, we're gonna see a lot of domination coming through for one of these 2 teams. It is just a defense for the side of Minigun, but the first round it did look really, really good to them. We saw them pull back even more and further, pushing Ice Force Esports into those last 30 seconds, what I mentioned within the round. And then just waiting for them to push side, hold on to smokes, hold on to C4, and that was beautifully played by Minigun.exe. And his next few rounds could be the same, could be also a little bit of a not so strategic thing. We know that there is always one tertiary side, we know there is one side that most of the teams, they just don't want to go to, they don't want to play it as much, they have their 2 best sides, so we could assume here to see the top floor and the bottom floor being the best. And then middle side like the piano or the split 4, they could be kind of the worst, and that could be the first round where Ice Force Esports could potentially get one of the rounds in the pocket. Thank you for every follow coming in, because we're still a bit on a break. Leah, is the lobby started yet? Yes, okay. Yes. Lobby has started, so we're gonna go into the game right now. Again, thank you all for the follows which are coming in. I'm gonna read every follow out as soon as this match is done, and during the match I'm trying to focus as much as possible on the casting. Yeah, so the first round we saw it now wasn't looking too good and too bright from the side of Ice Force. We did go into those first and last seconds of the round. This is indeed the first map between these 2 teams. It is a best of 3, so we're gonna see a second map after this. It is fine for Ice Force to be a little bit back now. Again, you gotta know your opponent first. And now we're playing the bomb side. There's so many things they could go play vertical, they could go for a direct take. CONSULATE, to answer the question, has been picked by Ice Force. So this is their map pick, but it's fine because they're starting on the attack. We can always assume the team who starts on the defense is usually the one who didn't pick them out. We can see C4 coming through. SKYSCRAPER here playing kind of the same angle he did before, where he got punished for it quite early in the round. We see it's kind of the same take as on the floor above, but we're just roaming so hard. Crying there in the corner potentially could get away with a little bit of a cheeky kill here. Ice Force just going down with these kills, finding the first in the round, but Kryan is in the corner. He can find the first now to make it a little bit more even, but he's gonna be immediately traded out by SKYSCRAPER here. Definitely a good play, but you gotta be careful. You gotta drone these owls. That was a little bit of a man throw. That could have been waste mover, could have been wall banked. Going down to a 4v2 scenario is definitely still very good to the side of Minigun.exe. I don't believe they expected for Ice Force to go for that of direct take, but still have one of the players be below and hold these rotations. This is what we can see Killy doing, being on the bottom floor, holding these spiral cells, making sure if somebody rotates down that they are being punished for it. Astro here a little bit alone, not really being supported by his team. We still have the Echo drone, but not able to move anymore. JP now also going to the top floor, looking for potential kill. The side is below those, so Ice Force, if they get noticed that the enemies are not on side, could potentially walk here on side and just go for the plant. We have the little bit of verticality through the wall. His guy's gonna walk down these stairs, but it's gonna be punished a little bit for it. You gotta be careful, look out for these feet holds. Impact coming through. But Astro did decide here to rotate off a little bit. Hatch is still closed. With that, now they have the information. At least one of these two players is not on side, so they could potentially flush side, not go on side. As we can see, fast flashes coming through, looking to get here a little bit of an entry. Second player now being spotted also offside. So now they have the full info, and this is what I mean. Koji now going for the plant into kitchen. Both players not there to defend this. One falling. JP can find a little bit of a equal man, but now in a 1v3. Same scenario as before, but this one is the different side. The defending side is gonna have to clutch this now. Diffuser is planted, but it's going to be Killy holding that high angle, finding this kill on the round, and now we're moving to a 1-1 score even. Consulate is a little bit more defender-sided, but this map has gotten reworked very early, so there's still so much more to discover about this map. And now that if we look at the two main operators who have been banned, if we look at all the tier 1 players, if we look at so many other leagues, that Ying and Glass, they are very essential when it comes to these pushes, especially when it comes to the top floor, even basement here, to go in and potentially do a sneaky plant to the top floor. Amara in, Ying flash through, and then you could go down for a plant. But banning out these two operators just puts us back in these, what I meant earlier, in these last 30 seconds, 20 seconds of the round. The last two rounds definitely showed us that that's what we're going to see between these two teams. They're going to have to be slow. They can still go for a full flash setup here. Flash the enemies, but be careful. You can flash, but the enemies can't see. And if you peek too early in, you're also going to take your vision away as well. So it's going to be a tough one, especially for the attacking side. And JP is trying to maybe punish a little bit here the spawns which are coming through into that east side, running out a little bit of a pre-fire, but not quite finding anyone here. Able to retreat back, so nothing really happened. Just showing, guys, listen, I'm here and I'm ready here to fight against this team. It is the first map, but it does seem like that the Minigun, they want to increase a little bit of their aggression. But if you look at it, the first round where they weren't playing as aggressive did bring them the most positive thing, the most positive results, and that is a round into their pocket, which was a 1v3 scenario. So upping really the aggression. I don't know if that is quite the player from the side of Minigun.exe. Talking about it, is JP gonna find the first one onto Killy, punishing in for the first rotation he made also in the round before, just reading his steps through. And that is the sledge down. That is a verticality operator gone. We still have the buck into the place, but we also have, and this is what I mean, 4 sets of flashbangs. They are so powerful when it comes to it. One waiting on the stairs, Pain looking to find a little bit of a gunfight, but careful, you're gonna have to aim a little bit more up, and it's gonna be Minigun finding 2 here. It is a 2v5 scenario. We're kind of playing the same scenario as before. Kryan can take a little bit damage here from SKYSCRAPER. We still have 6 flashes into the pocket and 1 minute 35 seconds left on the clock. We can find the first now, making it down to the same score as we had before, a 2v4, but it is again switch sides. It's not to the side of Ice Force this time, but the other way around. So playing a little bit more forward this time and waiting for these picks. Koji can make his way a little bit onto his side. He knows that a few of these players are offside, so he potentially go here for a little frag. He's gonna have to be careful because he is in a one-on-one situation and there's nobody who could potentially refrag him. Skyx gonna walk in. Koji can find another one, so we're back to 2v3. Now taking the top floor control. Not able to do the verticality, but possible to maybe open up the hatch and deny a little bit of gameplay. Oh. Talking about it, Koji does not have any Kairos anymore. So they're gonna have to rely on the breach that is already made on the bottom floor in a 2v3 scenario. We're entering the last 25 seconds of the round. The first few toxic babes are gonna be popped now as well. We still have a few impacts and we also still have the echo on board, and it's going to be super tough here. If we want to make this, it's now do or die, but the Goyo canister is going to deny this entry for the next 20 seconds. They're going to have to push now or they're completely going to have to leave. We can see they're just making a way all the way around, but smokes are just popping everywhere. It's going to be the drop shot from Hungry and 1v3 in this round. Was a little bit of a wake-up call when it comes to the side of Ice Force. Good response when it comes to the side of Minigun.exe, losing the first round quite dramatically because they were too much exposed, too far above. They then rotated that one floor down and played every single one of them. Played then either on the basement floor, ground floor, and just supported each other. We saw the long angles. They really wanted that hatch to stay close, and that's exactly what happened. And then just taking out the trades one by one, not being able from the side of Iceforce Esports here to make any kind of entry besides the last few seconds, and then being punished for it for being so slow by a Goyo canister, by this toxic babe can, and then just generally also by the keeper barriers, just being punished for their slow take. Now Minigun.exe, their top floor again. They know how Iceforce Academy attacked this the last time. But that round did went to the side of Minigun. They had the good response. They fell back a little bit when they had to, and then just let the time play. And I think this is what we're gonna see here now as well. We have the smoke again here for a plan with a little bit of a spawn pick coming through from Cryan here. But I do not believe there's gonna find anyone. And it does look like that Iceforce, they're gonna do the same take. They're gonna try to just do the same thing as before, but it is readable. It is very obvious what they're going to do, and as we can see, Cryan here, he's ready to throw that C4 as soon as he hear anybody on that window. C4 is coming out. Killy taking a little bit of damage, but it's not enough here to find the kill. Now trying to take admin side yet again. It did kind of work out, but it was these like waiting and stalling a little bit of time from Iceforce, which brought them in a really bad position last time. We can see now Minigun.exe, all of them are kind of positioned on this side. All of them are ready to just fight this in a one direction here, and this is what Iceforce is doing, that have a very linear attack, which is just giving them so much disadvantage. You can fight a little bit of the feeties through that drone hole. There's a little bit damage, but not enough yet for the kill. Another one's gonna fall, but to the side of Minigun, and he's able to retreat back. It was just a little bit too slow. Now we again on the man advantage to the side of the defending. First three breaches now come as well. There again, 1 minute 30. These breaches could have been done way early in the round. Kitty looking here to find a little bit of an entry point. And this is what I like about Minigun.exe here. They know where they're entering. They got the first opening. Now they retreated back fully onto their side and just fully back, not playing soda anymore, just giving the attackers all a little bit of a space. But what makes this so beautiful is that we still have 3 toxic babe canisters in the pocket with the impacts, with the keyboard bears, which is gonna make it sorry they're playing the same positions as the round before, but it worked out so well, and it's because the Ice Force is just not picking up on it. They don't know that Soda and Long Desk is free for them to be a little bit quicker. JP on the other side is gonna make a huge rotation to potentially go here for a flag on the Visa stairs, on the spiral stairs, to counter exactly that push that Ice Force has been doing before, and it does seem like they're gonna do the same thing here. Not changing up too much. We don't even have the pressure from the breach anymore. It's just all this linear take, which is probably gonna give this round again to the defending side. Now we're gonna push in, last 20 seconds about to enter. No plant going down, not much control established to go here for a plant. Smoke canisters also coming through. 15 now, flashes as well. Everything utility usage, but it's not gonna fall. No one's fallen here. Astro gonna find one, a few trades coming in. Koji with a double can now go to the plant. Last 3 seconds, 1 second now as well. He can find the planter. Yes, he can be hungry. And that is now another side and another round to the defenders. Another round to Minigun.exe. Not only was that an amazing defense, but also an amazing voice crack from my side. Hungry MVP definitely of that round. Everything falling down. Koji coming in with those 2 kills, but he was just hiding. He was just playing that wall. He was hugging it, and he knew in the last seconds if he just swings. Now he has the information. He's gotten the information from the teammate where the plant is going down. So just swing in, get 2 kills, and then able to deny the plant in the last, I believe, split millisecond of it going down on the last second. So that is very, very unfortunate to the side of Ice Force. But they're again executing in the last 15 seconds. It's not the play. It's even less time than the 20 seconds meta. And this is what I mean. It's too slow. They need to hurry up a little bit. They need those engages to happen early in the round, and they need to have a little bit of diversity when it comes to their attack. We've seen them attack over from the side of admin. It is working out for in their favor. They do take the space, but they don't have the execute for it. And now they're playing the tertiary side or the third side that a lot of teams just don't want to play because it's just not their favorite, and it is piano. As we can see from Minigun.exe, they're looking also to hold the top floor like they held it before. We have a lot of denial coming in, especially with the ward and Astro here. No, somebody's already in. He did saw the head, but did not quite react. Possibly looking here to do other damage on another repel coming in. Icox taking a little bit of control here, as we can see now. Minigun again retreating back good in the round. 1 minute already wasted from the side of Ice Force. They just managed to get admin control, and it is slow. Again, they need to push up a little bit because Minigun.exe, they're gonna hold these doors down. They're gonna hold these angles down. And this is what I mean. The top floor needs to be on the side of Ice Force, and they need to hurry up a little bit because we saw what happens if they've been pushed back in the last 20 seconds of the round. It's just not going in their favor. One of the 4 C4s we've brought from the side of Minigun has been now used as well. JP, the Valkyrie, doesn't have a C4 anymore, but we have 3 more from the side. Astro also with an impact, maybe ready to do some damage. Icox is the aggression here, is the aggressor. He knows one is on the pillar, but there's nobody to kind of support him. Now about the flashes to go through, we know he rotated out. So taking that spot, the swing comes in as well. Another one trade as well, so that is a good take. But Killy, on the other hand, gonna find another one. With 1 minute, the aggression has definitely been upped a little bit from the side of Ice Force, but is it enough? Now we're entering the last minute. No verticality done yet. Killy being injured. Swing coming in, but for who is falling? JP is just moving up now. He has the information. He gets the one. He can finish the other one as well. And now we're in a 2v2 scenario. Payne, on the other hand, finished off one of the players. Cryan and JP, both low HP here. So only need a little bit and a few shots of them bite the grass. Koji and Pain both on full HP, very, as we can see, very close on that, about to prone down. JP just finding this little spot he can find the first one now in a 1v2 scenario. Koji knows where this one plays and is in bathroom. This is what I mean, he's not even attacking side, and we're entering the last 15 seconds. The other person, he can just hide, he can use the C4, he does not have to peek in this round. It's just in the last 7 seconds now, no plan coming through, 1v1, but Crying onside. All he needs to do is now just don't die, and that is another round to the defending side, and yet again a round which is going to the defending because of the slow takes, because of just unable to execute and get the areas in a proper time.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs.
1v4 score right now. It's leading a lot to the defending side, and we also know that it is a defender-sided meta. This map is also a little bit more known to be more defender-sided. But if we're being honest, yes, a few of these rounds have been very, very close. But it's always kind of the same mistake. It's always kind of the same issue when it comes to the side of Ice Force. It's just being a little bit too slow. We have the traits now being upped a little bit. We saw also them trying to push a little bit more further to be more aggressive. But it's just the linear take that is making so hard.
Attackers are heading out to defuse a bomb.
It's like when you're trying to cut a paper. When you have a paper in the hand and you move one side in front, one side in the back, it rips way more easily. When you have a paper and you're just trying to hold it and rip it off both in the same direction, it's just not really gonna work for you. You're gonna have to really punch through the paper in order for it to rip, and this is what we're missing here from Ice Force. It's this diversity a little bit to come free, to have this other side which is pulling this other. We saw it on the basement attack. They've done it so well. One of them holding the flanks, one of them attacking from the other sides, bring them so much more things. But this is going to be Crying, find Icox very early in the round. That's a set of nades, and also the verticality gone now as well. We still have the rum, but it's Killy, and we saw Killy playing very far forward, so we wouldn't be too surprised if we would see Killy in an entry position. And Astro, what is that for an angle you've just killed him from? Flashes coming through, but no really execute. No one's really pushing through. We have a little bit of a piano control. We do have the information. It is so well played from Minigun, using all the utility they have and using every single angle they know to make it so hard for Ice Force to just push in, and they're way quick on their attack now, managing to get piano now and on the mark 140. They've been so much quicker in this round, but also they've lost already 2 people, and Skarx is very low on HP. Not only 3, but also now Astro getting another one onto Killy. So normal verticality, Skarx falling as well, and now we're in a 1v5 scenario. And this is maybe the time for Ice Force to use this 1 minute to talk about what is happening. Making a few rotation we see from Koji, maybe still trying to go here for a little bit of a possible take, but Crying has another opinion about it. The ping coming through, the cam not being shot, a little bit of a punishment, and now we have it a 1-5 split. Minigun.exe, they only need 2 more wins, 1 more win to be on a match point, so that's them secured for the overtime, and 2 more wins to then secure this in map entirely for them. Let's not forget, this map pick is Ice Force pick, and I think what we're missing is one of these 2 operators which have been banned. We're missing one of the Ying, we're missing the Glass, to just make it harder for the Warden to just have a little bit of a counter for the Warden. But having the Warden in play, needing to play a little bit of the flashbangs, we all know flashbangs right now are super OP. They need to be played, they want to be played as well. Nades, a little bit of a struggle to be brought into the game, to be made now useful. But it's also this one standard side, and now we're gonna see them defend, and can they switches now on the defense? Can they be a little bit more diverse and not always do what's written on paper, but also do it a little bit more different? And we're gonna see a perfect example, I think, between these two teams. How different the attacks could be. I'm definitely looking forward here to see a little bit of a diversity when it comes to Minigun.exe. We've seen them having a lot of adaptation to ISO, switching around the player, switching around their position to make it even harder for them into that round. We see the first breach coming through, but Sky is gonna find the first one crying out of the game. It was just, yes, be careful. Astra is there to take that trade so beautifully there, to stack up on that, to make sure in case somebody dies that we have a little bit of a refrag going on. And that is now the Womai gone. So the flashbangs are gonna be a little bit difficult. We still have the warden on Killy. If he then dies now as well, we're going to see a lot of flashbangs. We're gonna see a lot of widescreen and just flashbangs being used. We have 2 stack of flashbangs being brought by Minigun and 2 sets of claymores, which both has now soon been fully used. We only have 1 plant deny, and that is kind of ICOX with the C4 in hand. We still have a little bit of the Eller mine as well, which could be dangerous when the push is about to happen to the side of Minigun. But let's not forget, the Eller mine is not as punishing as she was once before, so you can definitely still get that kill. So that C4 is going to come very in handy. And as we can see, 1 minute 10, and this is what I mean. We see now, we have this comparison between these two teams. Minigun is being so diverse in where they are. They're in so many different places. They've tried to do an admin take. They kind of pulled back a little bit. They have gone bomb floor control, got one of the rather more important kills when it comes early in the round, and now they're switching it up again, doing this from below, trying to take this a little bit verticality here, to then potentially going with the flashbangs and then go in and jump in. We have the Grim, the bees coming through now as well with being the tactics, so Killy's gonna have to be careful here, because as soon as he swings a little bit too much, he's going to be punished for it. And a few more flashbacks coming through, the repel in as well. Now it's all, can he hold this angle? Can he deny this push? And that would mean the first match point. ICOX trying to go here for a kill, but is the window. You gotta be careful. Killy finding the first of a trade, but being punished for it as well. The 1v2, it's all up to Koji now. JP on the plant, Astro holding his cross, but it's gonna be Astro, and that is the match point to Minigun.exe. The B-Man, the Grim, pointing out where every single one of these players are and making it so much more easier to the side of them to take it, to roll in, and then to go down for the plant. And what a beautiful trade coming through, going off the plant and then punishing the player for just spray and pray with the MPX through a wall. Does not really work. You're shooting with a water pistol. That was very, very unfortunate that he couldn't hit the head there.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
One 6 scenario on your map pick. Iceforce is definitely here in a little bit of a tough spot right now. They decided to go top floor again, but can they adapt enough? As we can see, the lineup is kind of nearly the same as it was before. We do have a little bit of a changes coming through, but not too many if we're being honest. We did bring the Valkyrie now to have this little bit of information. This is another plant deny. Koji decided not to also go for the C4, so we have now 3 plant deniers. So that means we're gonna have to hold below. If we want to go for the plant deny, we're gonna have to make sure that we have a player at least below, that we have the spot from below, to make sure if the execute comes in, that it's not, that the plant cannot happen that quickly. Minigun.exe on the other hand, as we can see, they have a plan. They want to do this same thing again. The Grim definitely being a little bit of a positive operator here. As we can see, Pain just having a little bit of a cheek angle run up over and down. You can enter the poll a little bit. Let us know what you think. Which team is gonna get the second map? This is the map pick from Minigun.exe. 7-2 first map. And now this is going to be super interesting. And I'm gonna leave the same things open. We are here on Skyscraper after all. Again, we can always refer back to the saying of Doki. I can just flash and walk in and I can do whatever I want. And taking out the dash, definitely a good start here. But this is kind of, here again, for the side of Ice Force, it is kind of do or die. If they lose, they're out and they cannot move to the next match. The next match is gonna play against the winner. Whoever wins in the game, Team 86 against ITB Academy. This is our observer tabbing out. We're not getting sound. No, there we are. Better be there. Jesus. So we have every single ban finished and ready. We have the Ying ban, as already said. I think generally a good ban when it comes to this side. This time the glass is open, so we do have something against the Warden if he's being played. We have our two defender, which is Valkyrie and Fenrir. Pretty standard bans, pretty good bans. The Dokaibi ban is, overall the bans, we're just gonna say, are very basic for this map. Nothing too much that is outstanding. We've seen these bans quite a lot. It's nothing too much to talk about it, but that just changes a little bit the dynamic of this round, because now glass is open. We have a little bit more operators, which indicate that a little bit of being quicker. The last map just denying the Ying, denying the glass, just put them in such a, we're gonna have to push those last 20-30 seconds. We saw it each round nearly playing out till the end of those seconds, and this is, I think this round is going to be a little bit more different. And we can see the poll has decided Minigun.exe has 60% votes on their hand, so the community is definitely rooting for them. But also Ice Force, they could come off and get this map, and potentially we would see a third map between these two teams. Let's not forget, this is the map pick from the side of Minigun, and we see Ice Force now starting on the defense. Not having too many defense round on the last map, they definitely have the chance now here to make up for that. On the side of Minigun.exe, we've seen them also on CONSULATE being diverse and changing up and just being on all over the place where to attack and what to do. They're repelling on the windows, they're doing so many different things on multiple spots on the map, which just gave them so much more of an opportunity, so much a heads up when it comes to that, to just punish the enemies of the rotation of their playstyle. The first few engagements already coming through here from the side of Minigun, just trying to make a little bit of damage here, trying to make sure that the enemies know I'm here. But it doesn't seem like that Hungry, he could potentially just walk in this door into black and completely punish, because nobody is there to hold him. Pain has a little bit of a long angle here, but every other player from the side of Ice Force is just somewhere else crying. Here on the bomb floor, Scar is gonna punish him for that. Not enough thrown out. That is the first one. That is the second one. 2 pieces to the side of Ice Force in their hands. That is JP now out as well. Hungry gonna find the first. You know, somebody's close on this keyboard. We've seen him aim for it. The keyboard just came through. And now we have another one falling. Astro making it now an even man count. Back to a 3v3. And we're pushing them down, and this is what I mean. 40 seconds left now on the round. Every player is now in the spot, on the spot, close to the side. That's what I have to play, and Merlin is being an absolute blast. I love you, babes. Can you shut the fuck up? Koji finds Stora. Astra finds another one. Hungry as well. 1v2. Skylex finds the first. Hungry with 10 HP. And now it's gonna be Skylex finding this round. So that is the first one to the defending side on this round. Beautifully played and beautifully seen from the side of Skylex. Taking these one-on-ones at the end. But again, a little bit too close for my behalf when it comes to it. Does he bark? No, my cat doesn't bark. Jesus. Why do you think my cat barks? Does he bark? What a message. Merlin, what do you want? Baby, where you at? Jesus. Such a drama. Such a drama queen. Anyway. Coming back to it. Coming back to the game against these two teams. Is the Open Qualifier. The next game will also be a best of 3, and right after that we would have the finale. So the qualify for the phase 2 is still a little bit tough.
Attackers are moving out to locate a bomb and defuse it.
Like I was trying to go here for a little bit of a spawn peek or to place something there outside, had his mission on and walk back into side. Last round was very close. If you look at the side for Ice Force, it was a 1v1 coming down, but it didn't really had to go down to a 1v1. Skyrex in the same position as the round before on this window, just waiting for somebody potentially to open it up and punish that person immediately. Does decide to retreat back, but he's gonna have to be careful. All these windows and everything is open. Koji ready here to Kai trick this wall, but it's not gonna be enough. Fetcher, beautiful. Oh, talking about, we do have a little bit of a head height here open. Fetcher did a good job, but there was needed another EMP to make sure that it is stays closed the entire wall. But with that, we only have one more Fetcher EMP. They also need a few for the main breach. We see also Jason here on the Capitan with 2 EMPs in his pocket to potentially make this work. And this is why Minigun is a little bit quicker on their takes. We saw them last round being so aggressive and so quick onto the building and onto their spots. Hungry on the other side is already taking the spot here with 1 minute 30 left on the round. They still have enough time to execute. A few breaches already open. We saw the main breach, the VIP breach, being opened very early in the round to secure if there's a rotation coming in late in the round. They can go and they can breach it. On the other side, we see them, they're hurrying up a little bit. They're being a little bit quicker. They know the time is running. They don't have too much time. Ice Force, they're trying to stall as much time as possible with now soon only 1 minute left on the clock. Minigun, they're gonna have to make an execute out on Dragon onto side. We know that VIP is open, so the punishment is going to be very, very attacker-sided as soon as that execute starts. Crank can find one now out of the game, and it's one of the most important ones. It's Icecox on the Warden. Not able to now defend these flashbangs. We have 2 sets of flashes now, slowly but steady being used. Hungry using them to potentially soon push in. 30 seconds now left on the clock. Main breach still close. We see the communication coming through. Skyrex holding this tight angle onto the Dragon side. But does he know that Hungry, he is waiting. He is hungry for this kill here. To jump in and get this yet another kill. 15 seconds on the clock. 10 now as well. Pushing down the need to execute now or never. Skyrex, Koji, both of them finding each one a piece. Now we're going down. Everything falling to the side of Ice Force. And that is beautifully denied. When it comes to the side of Ice Force, that is them going up 2-0 onto the defender side and onto the 2 strongest sides if you look at it. And now they're gonna have to move to the tertiary side, which is probably going to be kitchen and barbecue. Is this Pro League? Unfortunately not. I don't think they would allow this voice cracks to be from the cast in Pro League. Just to say it now because I did forget to say it before we started. Every follow that comes during the cast is going to be mentioned afterwards in the little break during the cast. I'm trying to focus as much as possible in the game. If you have any tips, any recommendations, what do you think I could improve on my casting? I am rather more I'm trying to analyze a little bit more, so play by play is a little bit hard for me as I'm not that quite fluent in when it comes to the English language. But so far I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are loving to see these two teams fight. We had the first map being picked by Minigun.exe 2, and now we have the 2 rounds, one already on this map as the first 2 from Ice Force. So this could have a little bit of a change of dynamic. But let's not forget, this is the map pick from Minigun. This could change drastically when it comes to the attack. We see SKYSCRAPER finally going for a little bit of a spawn pick, can injure the first, goes for the impact, can find another one nearly as well, but it's gonna be Hungry punishing him for his greediness. He should have just fallen back. And Astro can be picked up as well. The impact couldn't find his Pokeball, couldn't find the Pokemon. Fortunately, Astro, he's gonna be another gun to the side of Minigun. And exactly, Merlin, I do agree with you. I hope you guys... Can you guys even hear my cat? I hope... I don't know, it would be funny if you guys could actually hear my cat streaming around. What? What? I love him. No, we can hear you. Okay, we can. You guys can only hear me. Good. If you guys can't hear Merlin, that is rather interesting. So, I love his little meow. So you can hear the meows. Oh my god, I'm confused. So, nevertheless, let's go back to the game. We've been a little bit distracted by my wonderful cat, who's always been a little bit guest in my cast. SKYSCRAPER is now out of the game. We do see from the start that SKYSCRAPER was kind of the most valuable player. He did clutch up the first round in a 1v2 scenario, and the last round also did a lot of work when it came to the 5-1 score right now, but he was the first one to be picked up on a spawn pick. He was a little bit greedy there. We saw him tried every round. That was the first one we got punished. Jason gonna fall now. It's gonna be Pain taking that kill back to a 4v4 scenario here between these two teams. First, the Impact's coming through, taking a little bit of damage from the side of Hungry, who's been also doing so much impact, especially on the last map. We can see the first few peaks as well. Killy's gonna have to be careful about Geisha, and Astro is gonna do exactly that, what we all have been thinking about. Icos can find a little bit of a trade. So many one-on-ones been taken, and only a few of them are actually trades between these two teams. We do have the low HP. We do have the low HP from the side of Minigun. The health advantage goes to the side of Ice Force currently. Everybody's kind of holding these sides. We know that it is below. It is Kitchen and Barbecue. Koji is very far offside, and this is why I mean drop about to come probably from Hungry here. He's so far. If the execute happens, he's not there to help his team. 10 seconds left. It's gonna have to happen now or never. Going into the last 7 seconds. Breach happening. We holding the hatches, flashbangs as well. Go for the plant, but it's being denied. Plant is being stuck now as well. First one can be denied, but he's running through, and Icox can just slither through the side of his team, and Endora is gonna fall, and that is the defensive side moving up 3-0. And this is what we saw from the side of Ice Force Academy last map. Always executing too late, never executing on time, being always in the last 20 seconds to execute, and this is now even worse when it comes to it. We're executing on the last 10 seconds. That is just not early enough. If we would have executed from the side of Minigun a little bit earlier, just a few more seconds earlier, let it be 20, let it be 25, this round could have looked up so much more different, being a 2v2, go off the plant, get the kill maybe. But having to work the last 20 seconds and knowing you're gonna have to stick this diffuser now, or you're gonna lose because of the time, it's just so unfortunate. But this is a good respawn when it comes to Ice Force, losing the first map 7-2, but not not having these mental doubts. We all know it. As soon as you lose a map quite drastically like that, as soon as you lose your map pick, you go to the second map, which is the map pick from your enemy, and you start off with amazing 3 rounds. The first one setting a tone of this match. 1v2 scenario won by SKYSCRAPER. Moving then on the next 2 rounds, losing. Rather a losing story to the side of Minigun. Always executing too late, last 10 seconds. This is the round they need to change a little bit. They at least need 2 attack rounds into their pocket. The question is, can they get these 2 rounds even in? Because right now they are looking a little bit shaky. We see that this map does play way more into the heads. Pain, it's just closing our window. Maybe try not to punish soon enough somebody, but gonna have to be careful because Hungry, he is hungry for these kills. We've already seen him multiple times. He wants to go for these fights. He wants to be a little bit quicker. Now 1 minute has passed and we're back to the rotation. Up to the top floor karaoke and T. So far not much happened. But the first one's gonna fall, and that is Jason taking out SKYSCRAPER. Now as well, paying on a fall as well. You were a little bit too greedy there when it comes to it. Let the window be, let it be closed or opened. Let the breathe and let just the wind go through. We can see from the side of, was about to say there's a little bit of a trade coming in through, but it's just both these kills happen on the other side of the map. Now in a 2v4 scenario, we've seen it on the first map, we've seen these scenarios too many times, especially in open qualifiers. It never ends good for the team who has the man disadvantage. Currently Minigun in a good spot. They have a lot of space secured onto their behalf. On the side of Ice Force, they're still denying a little bit the entry here. They're very upfront, playing a little bit more together. Tea Room is very open, could potentially be taken soon enough. We're playing drums here, we're playing Geisha as well. They're trying to stick at least together as much as possible to support each other when it comes to the doors or windows, to the executes. But Tea Room is completely empty. Nobody's holding the plant. Could happen any seconds. The Tybalt's not really finding anyone to grill here, but that is the magic of the Warden. Go in. I don't need it. I have my glasses to look through the smokes. And now 25 seconds coming in. Plant is going down from Dora. Crying can find the first. Koji can find a little bit of a trade. That is another 1c4. Beautiful prepped 1v2 scenario. This is your time to shine. Repeat what your teammate did. Repeat the 1v2. Win it. But this time the diffuser is down. It is a little bit of a different story. Can you write the same story? Or is it going to be rewritten by Jason? It's going to be him taking the kill. And that is now the first round to the attacking side. And there's only 1 out of 2 they need. The more they get, the better it is for them when they switch to the defending side. Listen. You guys have been absolutely fantastic so far. 3-round rotation. This is the first round that we saw going to the side of the attacking, and this could be a good response because as soon as we saw Ice was going back to the same side, it wasn't looking too bright on their behalf. So now we could apply the same thing that Minigun had in the last round, is that reacting thing with knowing where the players play, coming up with a little bit of a strategy against it, and then punish them within the round for just playing the same strat. We've seen Ice Force, they're not really diverse when it comes to their strategies. They're kind of always doing the same, not really changing up too much, because never change a running system at this point. It is a good point. You've won the round with this. Are you gonna change it really up? But this time we have a little bit of a change going on. We had the Kaid, but now we have the Bandit coming through. That is a little bit of a Bandit trick, but just a millisecond too late. had to hurry up there, and that is now VIP bridge being open. Still only the head as half of it has been denied by the bandage charge, but it is still opened. They've changed the Kaid to a bandit to potentially bandit trick later in the round, but it could be very dangerous. As we see from the side of Minigun, we have 3 sets of nades. They really want to make sure if they execute, they have enough of flashbangs. They gotta just be careful to take out Icox because he could be the biggest threat here. Skyrex doing just Skyrex things, always being somewhere in the map, trying to spawn pick, trying to do his things, and this is what I mean, crying from below now, making sure nobody is there to bandit trick. This breach, main breach not being opened, and now this is just a beautiful change. They couldn't take it from the other side, they couldn't play a setup game, so they had to completely change their attack, and now they're going for a full side direct take. Denying it from below, so nobody can go for these C4s. So Koji, he's gonna have to throw the C4 maybe from another side when the plant is going down. So we can see also Ice Force, they're playing very far back here. No one really too close. No one playing in the bar position. We know how powerful that spot is. It is at F position, if we're being honest. It's do or die. We have Killy here in Terrace, kind of trying to defend us, but trying to be this anchor onside, which would deny an entire plant if he plays it well. But as soon as he dies, you can expect Minigun to just go for the full execute. Minigun do seem to know where these two issues are. Minigun seems to know which players they need to take out early within the round. The verticality from below is just not helping out as well. Killy just holding this, playing this very passive. But Payne and Killy are the two main players here, and with this, we're entering the round, and all is just falling apart to the side of Minigun. We have a few trades coming in, C4 being thrown, but nothing's happening. No plan, no nothing. 20 seconds now, flashbang staring over on the stairs. One of you gone. Other one now as well on the stairs trying to peek. It's going to be Koji finding it. And now 10 seconds, all up to Astro and Dora finding the first one. Can they find the second one as well? Koji very low. Time is running away. Dora with another one. And now in a 1v1 scenario, while the plant is going down, you are in a 1v1. But now the diffuser is about to be stuck and it's down. It's going to be Astro right after the going off the plant, getting this final kill. And that is 3-2 currently. Still to the side of Ice Force. But Minigun completely found their kryptonite for the defense. First few rounds within a match, the first 2 rounds could mean so many things, and it is good to the side of Ice Force. They've gotten the first 2 and also the first 3, but now it's not looking too good. And Minigun are doing a very, very important thing. They're isolating these players. They're finding out which one are the 2 important ones, and it's just these trades coming through. It's just playing together when it comes on the execute. Yet again, we executed very, very late. Could have went way earlier because the plant went down so late, but we were onside. We knew where the last 2 players are. Taking out Killy, taking out Payne, I believe, was on the Azami also last round. Those were the 2 essential players when it came down to this push from the side of Minigun. Take down the player who plays into Exhibition, the one who plays in Terrace, them taken out. You can just walk into office, play behind the table and play the verticality because you know nobody is below. We had 2 people on the stairs trying to go up, so no one is there to fight below. No one is there to make any kind of pressure from below. C4 being used to fall so well done and so well executed when it comes to the side of Minigun.exe. 2 key players, take them out. 2v3 scenario, don't panic, get the kill and get the plant down. Winning the 1v1s late in the round, beautifully executed. But their Ice Force, they played way too much back. They had a lot of players being mispositioned when it came to that 20 seconds. This is the last round for Ice Force here to get another win to potentially make this a 4-2 scenario. A little bit of a few shots coming through. It's going to be the Warden falling to the sand, to the hand of Dora here. That is also the Geisha breach soon ready to be opened. We have the communication coming through, and we also see this time again a little bit of a change up, but not too much. They have the key points where they want to enter. They have the key pressure points what they want to do. So we can see Pain running over to potentially apply here a little bit of pressure to not giving up too early, because 1 minute 30 and already being encouraged. That is very quick within the round, so it's all up to Pain here to literally make or break this round a little bit. Taking a little bit of damage from the side of Astra here, walking through, but not enough yet for a kill. Skyrex on the other hand trying to hold down the side of Dragon. Killy gonna fall to Astronaut. That is another Geisha player gone. 3v5 scenario. You're gonna have to make this jump out. No Claymore, be punished for it, Hungry. No Nomad Trap, no nothing. That is you gone. No more Black Stairs. Crying can find Pain now as well. Beautiful execute. Flashes coming in as soon as the kill happens on Hungry. They execute on the other side. Taking away these players one by one. 2v4 again. As soon as you are in a man disadvantage when it comes to the stats, you're not looking too bright. It's not looking too good. Close range. Can he get the kill? Yes, beautifully sneaked up. Next few informations coming through. Sky's gonna have to find the skill, but it's gonna be Dora on the close range. Gonna find it's gonna be Crying with the last one in this round. So that is a neutral swap 3-3 between these two teams. What a round. This is the second map. So, as already mentioned, this is kind of for Ice Force, Esports, a do or die scenario. They've now played the defense till the end, but it's only a 3-3 swap, so it's not looking too bright on their behalf. Minigun.exe, they've done something very well on these attacks. They always adapted around. They always try to not be the same as last round. We had Hungry doing nearly every round the same, and one round of it he got punished. This one round, the punishment could have happened so much earlier. The communication between Ice Force, between the players to punish Hungry for playing on that black belt balcony. He's been there every single round they've played. Could have happened in so many rounds, but it wasn't the last round where they adapted to it. But on the other side, if you jump out that window, you're gonna leave a lot of the side uncovered. You're gonna leave your teammates in a lot of 1vx scenarios, and leaving your team in a 1v3 is definitely not a good start. Now, we're gonna see Minigun.exe to defend an Ice Force Academy attack, and what we've seen from the side of Consulate on the last map, which Minigun took into their pocket 7-2. Ice Force Academy, they struggle a little bit to adapt to their enemies. They kind of always stick the same lineup, always stick the same attacks. Not too much diversity going on. And that is the biggest difference between these two teams, because we've seen so much. My apologies team if I said Academy team. I meant the main team. My apologies. A few days ago. Last week I spectated the Academy team, so it's just still in my head to say Academy. I apologize. It's the main team. Talking about it. Ice Force, Killy is gonna fall. It's the Sense player. Dora can find another one. Pain can finally find a little bit one piece for him to get it out. Hungry, yet again with another kill on the Skyrex. These two players have been trading each other off since one by one. Koji taking a lot of damage from that C4, but it's not enough yet for the kill. 2v4. Same thing, same scenario as before. We've seen this 4 times until now, and we all seen how it happened. We've seen that these rounds usually go to the team who has the upper hand. Koji and Pain, these two next kills gonna have to fall into their favor. They need to make this down to a 2v2. We see them Trying to sneak up slowly but steady these stairs to make sure he's not being discovered. Potentially find a kill. But the sound of the barbed wire is just so crucial being punished for just being a little bit impatient. Pain taking a little bit of control. Gotta be careful. On your right side is still one of the enemies. If you're not careful enough, you're gonna fall. You're playing bar. You're playing a death spot position. So many angles. So many ways that could lead you here to lose this round. Koji on the other hand making his way up. Getting rid of the fuser. But he doesn't know that the enemy is close range. Gonna be hungry. Taking another one. That is a double kill for him. 1v4. It's now or never. The third best player from the side of Iceforce is gonna have to make this happen. It's gonna be Dora exploring towards Dragon, finding this last kill. Beautiful angle. What a shot. And that is putting Minigun for the first time onto this map on having the score advantage.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
First side done. Check that off. We're going to the second side, which is Office and Exhibition. We've seen this already being played by Iceforce, and they had a very clear state what they want to do. They want to defend side. They want to make sure these breaches stay close from the side of Minigun. We do have a little bit of a different plan as it seems. As we see, their lineup is rather more aggressive. It's still kind of the same 7 when it comes to Iceforce. Not much different, but we just have a little bit more of aggressor, more of aggressive operators. We have the Solus, we have the Azami, the Legion, and the Bandit. We had the Kite brought by Iceforce, but it was swapped up to a Bandit. But here, as we can see, the Bandit, he is close sight, but he's not quite Bandit trick. And we saw that Iceforce Academy, Iceforce main team used the Bandit to Bandit trick. And Minigun.exe, they kind of just placed down the bandit shot. It was like, okay, if you get this breach, we're just gonna reply with a Soulless. We're gonna reply with the C4 that we have into the pocket for you, prepared. First few runouts happening as well. Gotta be careful, because he's waiting for in the tea room. Crying here, waiting for that black stairs entry. Hungry is having a little bit of a vacation in Terrace, spawning on the floor. Not quite being punished for it, but he's playing the close angles as he should. The support from Minigun.exe there on the Dragon, making sure that if somebody pushes in, if somebody dies, there's an immediate refrag coming in. Killy able to establish a little bit of geisha control. It is kind of a one-sided attack yet again. We've seen this multiple times. Bandit using his bandit charge on the geisha wall. That is quite interesting. Denying the geisha breach with that, denying that he can be pushed out, giving him even more time to play there. Killing now being injured by Dora, also been taken out. Jason gonna find another one onto Koji, and that is again 3v5 man advantage. Pain can find the first. Kind of a trade coming through, but Crying, he has a thing to say, and this is what I mean. They're ready to make these trades happen to the side of it, and he's injured. The swing coming through, but not ready. And was not expecting somebody to sit on top of the teammate. Was about to say, if there's somebody who can do it, it could be Scarlex, but it's gonna be Dora yet again finding the skill, and that is a 5-3 advantage to the side of Minigun.exe. And I'm gonna leave you guys for a slither of a second, because I'm gonna get my tea to prevent even more breakups of like voice cracks. So just give me 1 second. I'll be here before the round starts.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
And here we are back again. I have my tea ready to sip a little bit to get this voice cracks out of this cast. But now we're seeing the third side, which is mostly, like Tom J. Sherlock would say, the tertiary side. It is a side a lot of teams just don't want to play because has the lowest win rate to it. Pain gonna find crying out of the game very early pick there, which is very, very good to the side of Ice Force Esports here. Making sure they have the man advantage very early in the round, but also taking out one of the top aggressors from the side of Minigun, crying with 8-6 currently being the second player with the highest kills. The run out's gonna happen. A little bit of cocky here to run out, jump out. Dora unable to find one of the kills, does a little bit of damage. Koji now being injured because of a frost mat, being punished by it immediately by Hungry. So yet again we're slowed down by 4v3 scenario. Not too much of a man advantage. We had a 5v3, but there again you gotta drone these out. You're not allowed to fall to these frost mats. There's a little mistakes going on currently from ISOS, but they have the man advantage. It's looking so far pretty good for them to come back here, potentially make the score closer to an even score than if they would lose. But the Hedge unable to find the kills. A few shots through the feet. It's not gonna be enough for a kill yet. As we can see, they're close side. They're about to take side. Icox can find Hungry now out as well in a 4v2. We've seen it multiple times. So this has a high potential to go to the side of IceForce. If we're being honest, it is Minigun.exe. It's these two players. It's Shazen gonna fall now to Skyrex. Astra gonna find one of the aggressors now as well. All up to him with 10 kills, being the best player currently in the entire game as well. A bit of verticality going through. But it's going to be the window. You didn't pay enough attention. The bees covered the repel. It's gonna fall, and that is a 4v5 now. Well, what I mean to get rid of the cracks is to get this raspy thing from my voice gone, because I came home yesterday at like 3 AM in the morning. I woke up too late.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
So the tea will help to just make my voice a little bit more smoother. But 4v5 score currently. IceForce has done a very good job in the last run getting these opening picks and securing the man advantage. We've seen it now. As soon as they have the man advantage, that is kind of their key play to get the round. But also in the last round we had a little bit of rather questionable gameplay going on from the side of Dora. Imp kill, trying to go for a kill, which is fine, but then the jump out, and I think it was not meant to be a jump. I think Dora accidentally just pressed the button and fat fingered over the railing, and I just got himself killed. And then positioning his team in a 5v3 scenario. The Frostmat got him a little bit of a kill there, but the man advantage, as soon as IceForce has that man advantage, they are able to play it down, able to secure that round. So this could still go very, very to both sides. None of these teams are yet on a match point. Minigun could secure with this round again their match point. Last round it didn't really work out, but I'm pretty sure now Miniforce mixing these teams together, the Miniforce is gonna have to happen from IceForce. There we go. Can change quite a lot. It's gonna have to be this opening pick. It has to go to the side of IceForce if they want to make this to an even scoreline. But right now, Minigun.exe, they're playing this very passive. They're playing this a little bit more laid back right now. They want to make sure that this next round gets into their hands, into their pocket. Astra gonna find Pain on. This is not a good start. This could already mean that the advantage goes to Megan. That this round could be theirs. But Killy gonna kill one on the jump out. Hungry, you're doing the same thing that you died to. So they're gonna expect it once close range. He just heard it. The soul is scared. Can you punish him for being so cocky close on you? You're pulling out the pistol to try to maybe secure the point, but he's not injured yet. Dora taking a little bit of damage. It is this one-on-one currently here. Nobody there to help either Dora or Killy here to get this kill. A little bit of a repel going on onto the bottom of the black stairs, but nobody there to really punish Dora here for their behavior. A little bit of the aim labs, as Grease says in the chat, didn't really work out here. Now getting drawn to see where are these enemies. We have the claimer being disabled because of a mute jammer. Didn't really work out, but was a good reaction. Now droning in this position yet again. It is mute jammed. The door, you're gonna have to be careful. Iceforce taking just a lot of time to make sure to understand where is Dora. He's such a big point. If Dora dies down below here, the push can happen quite well. We see the pings going through. It's gonna be him dying now, and this is not a man advantage for them. Crying, holding these stairs, trying to have the long angle, but I don't think Iceforce is gonna peek into it. All now also a little bit pushed back to the side of Geisha. We see the execute about to happen. Jason can find the first, Astra can find the second as well. There is 7 seconds. Astra another one, and Crying finishing off the match. Now is match point for Minigun.exe. That was such a yeah. Great start. That is very true. That was such a cold wall bang. Thank you for the follows who are coming through. I'm gonna say one more time, as soon as the match is over, I'm gonna read every follow out. So thank you guys so much. Just trying to focus a little bit more on the casting. Again, any tips, if you guys have anything I could improve on, just let me know. Always happy to receive a critique from you guys. So with that, we had the top floor, we had the tertiary side, and now we are back to an exhibition and office take.
10 seconds left. 5 seconds to go.
Live money reaction? Listen, he's always here and happy to scream around. And that is now match point, as said, for Minigun.exe. Taking this point. This could be soon over to the side of Iceforce. They need 2 rounds to get this overtime. If they're not able to get these next 2 rounds, that would mean that this map and this best of 3 goes to the side of Minigun, and they would move on. I'll be trying to tweak it a little bit, the breach, but there's nobody really there to deny it. Minigun, they've adapted a little bit. They decided to not bring the bandit. Unfortunately, that goes right through the floor. And he's about to land on the lower window. Astra taking a little bit of damage, trying to get potentially a kill there. But not yet, so no breach now. We still have the mute, but the mute is not quite of a breach now. We have the half of it being open and the rest of it being played by a mirror window. So this is another adaptation going on for Minigun. And we have a little bit of a change from Iceforce, and this is what we wanted to see. This is the play we had to see from Iceforce, changing up their attacks. This is another kill. Dora. Solus is gone now as well, so we can start a little bit of the verticality, but be careful. You're doing the same attack as your opponent, so they're expecting it. They can read into it what's about to happen. Just gotta be careful from the side of Koji here not to die too early, because he could be make or break it here for this team. We still have 2 C4s in pocket. The bar gameplay and the same positions that we saw from Pain and Killy being played. Exhibition and bar are the 2 most important ones here. If Iceforce can isolate them and get these 2 kills onto Hungry and Jason, and this round could potentially still fall to the hands of Iceforce. They have the man advantage. They're doing a lot and great of utility usage right now to make sure they can execute early enough. We can see Astro taking the place now, playing on that mirror window, gonna punish the first one here onto Killy. Back to a 4v4 scenario, and that is also the last 40 seconds in this round. This could be now or never. It's match point. You're gonna have to make this kill. Koji, beautiful kill from below there, taking out yet another one, and that is the exhibition player. But Kryan is gonna retake that place. He knows somebody jumped into the window. He's gonna have to find his kill. It's not gonna be him. It's gonna be Icox finding it. Astro, Skarix finding another one. Astro moving in slowly but steady, could potentially get a double kill here. Yes, he does. That is him, but he's punished, and that is Ice Force moving up and staying alive for another round on this map. What a round, what an execute. Astro playing the bar, going in, getting the double kill. But it's just gonna be Icox there getting that exhibition play, and that was the key play there. We saw it from Minigun being played the exact same. Punish from below, get out this exhibition player, jump in, and then punish the rest of the players for not being able to hold power play around the table. We did saw Astro trying to do a little bit of a backstep coming through, but it was just the terrace player was from the other side. It was Skarix coming in from the other side, and those are the two entry points with both of these teams have been doing so beautifully. We can ignore a little bit the Dragon side, we can focus on these key players, and then the round is ours. Also, Ice was getting the opening pick and just making sure they have the man advantage just brought them in such a good position to get that round. Now Minigun decided to go back to the same spot, but they've done a little bit of an adaptation here. They brought the bandit into the game again. Mute was not enough last round. They saw that this was a little bit of a struggle, but can Ice Force now adapt? We've seen Ice Force, as soon as something worse, to do the same. Dora here a little bit on a spawn pick, could potentially be a little bit dangerous here. But also it is a 50-50. Now it's Crying on the spawn peak. They just said, listen, could I potentially spawn peek here and you spawn somewhere else? And but it's not gonna find anyone yet. But careful, the window is open. Crying is still close on the window, trying to get a kill out of this window. We see Killy and Crying exchanging a few of these gunfires. VIP breach is now being denied as well by Jason. And now we see something that we were missing so much from Ice Force is diversity. Not going for the main take again, not going for the same take that brought you the win, but now adapt and try to take the other place. We have a few players going for the breach, we have a few players like Icox trying to get a hang of the breach, but the other players trying to enter from somewhere else. But Scar is gonna fall, the best player currently from the side of Ice Force, to the hands of Dora. Pain able to